What is going on, YouTube? In today's video, we will be taking a trip around the world, stopping off at every continent to talk about my favorite author from there. Well, except for Antarctica for obvious reasons. I am a firm believer that the best thing a human can do to widen their perspective is to travel the world. But also, I am not naive. I understand that traveling is not always an option for everybody. So in that case, the best option for most people is to read books from all around the world, to travel through literature. After all, that is the best gift that books give us. The ability to see the world through somebody else's eyes, to walk in somebody else's shoes. It allows us to live other lives, to experience things that otherwise we would have never been able to experience. But of course, in coming up with this list, I came across an issue. Every continent is filled with drastically different countries, and all of these countries are filled with their own unique cultures and unique authors. And so picking just one author from each continent means I have to leave off a bunch of great authors. But instead of just getting mad at me about it, why don't you all go into the comments below and list your favorite authors from each continent. And while you are doing that, a quick word from our sponsor, which is my new book, In the Algorithm We Trust, which is officially available for pre-order. This novel is about a dystopian America that is completely controlled by a singular algorithm. This algorithm controls every aspect of a person's life, from what they see on TV to the things they learn in school, from their friendships to their romantic relationships. Everything they know about the world is controlled by the algorithm, providing us insight on the process of indoctrination and the red flags that are often overlooked in the process. This book is set to be released on November 11th, but like I said earlier, pre-orders are now available. But enough of that. Let's go travel the world. The first continent we are traveling to is Africa, which is one of the 3 continents that I have actually been to. And the author I have chosen is Chinua Achebe. Born and raised in Nigeria, his works hit heavy on colonialism and their effects on Nigeria, which are some of his major themes in his most popular works, Things Fall Apart. A book that I believe should be read by anybody who considers himself a serious reader of literature. Other themes that you can find in this book and his other works are the fallouts of masculinity, especially in an ever-growing modern world, while other works take a deep look at Nigerian history, as well as its more modern political and societal makeup. Next up, we are traveling to the continent of Asia, where my pick may appear as obvious, for this is an author I have talked about many times before. But I have to be honest with myself and with you. When I think of my favorite author from Asia, it's Haruki Murakami. And while I know that Asia as a whole and Japan in particular have a long list of great authors, Murakami will always hold a special place in my heart, and for that reason, he has earned my top pick. His novels often contain elements of magical realism and absurdism, and often explore the internal loneliness of being in a world that you don't quite understand. For while the worlds that he builds in his stories are often absurd, his narrators are always very grounded in reality, and therefore are just as confused about the worlds as we are as readers. But his books are also deeply rooted in Japanese culture, especially when you get to his short stories. The next continent we are traveling to is Europe, and here I do believe that my pick will surprise you, because I'm not going with any of the classic authors. Instead, my pick from Sweden is Fredrik Backman. And while his books don't uniquely hit on anything European, his series Beartown does hit on a part of Europe that Americans like myself hardly ever think about. The series is set in a small, hockey-obsessed town in the south of Sweden and gives a beautiful insight of what life is like in these small towns. As for my favorite book of his, it has to be A Man Called Ove. It is equally hilarious and heartbreaking. A chef's kiss. Next, we are flying across the pond to North America. At first, I really wanted to pick somebody like John Steinbeck. And then I thought, you know what, maybe I should go to Canada or Mexico and not be tied down by my biases of living here in America. But again, that also didn't feel quite right. And then it hit me. James Baldwin. He was an integral author in one of the most important movements in American history, the Civil Rights Movement. And his books, especially his later books, perfectly capture what America was like at the time. And even if you are an American yourself, he is a must read, because he gives us insight into not only what America has been, but also a very real part of America that we are still seeing uncovered today. And the book that I would start with is this, The Fire Next Time. Next, we are traveling south to South America, where I have chosen to go with an old favorite, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. His works, in my opinion, best encapsulate Latin American culture. His stories contain the classic magical realism that you often see in Latin American literature, and his stories explore many important themes and moments in historical events, whether it be 100 Years of Solitude or Love in the Time of Cholera. If you are looking to see life through the eyes of a South American, he is a phenomenal start. Lastly, lastly, we are traveling to Australia, which in the creation of this list is the continent I realized I have read the least of. But I do have an author that I have read that I absolutely love from Australia, and that is Markus Zusak. He is most famously known for The Book Thief, which doesn't take place in Australia. And so for that reason, I will not be talking about this. Instead, I will be talking about Bridge of Clay, which I could not find my copy of. The story follows 5 brothers who are left to take care of themselves after their father disappears. And a cool thing about this book is that it is told in reverse, slowly filling in the holes throughout the book. But if you were to just read one book from him, I would recommend The Book Thief, which might be one of the best books ever written. But with that being said, thank you for taking a trip around the world with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are interested in any more videos like this, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you would like me to compile the list of my multiple favorite authors from specific continents, please let me know in the comments. But that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to pre-order my new book, and I will see you next time.